Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video we're going to add some content, put some images in and just generally improve the colour visual of our page. So we can see here, this is basically what I'm going to generate. The wireframe, as you can see here, is going to be changed. We're going to make it a bit more aesthetically pleasing and start adding in some various pieces of content that I have got presented. So I'll go through this process now. So the first step that we want to do is let's start adding in our various pieces of content. So in the design I had a image. So let's put that image in here. Image source is going to be the pic.jpg. Now, watch what happens. There's some alternate text here, so this is Bert picture. Let's refresh now. You'll see here that the image itself is very large. And so what we need to do is we need to go through the process of optimizing this image for the web. At this point in time, I'm not 100% sure what size my image is going to be. So what I'm going to do is just put some placeholder sizing in here just for the time being. And then we will go through and optimize the image. So I'm just going to make my width, say, and it shows you what the original is. So let's make it, say, 100 pixels, and we'll make the height 100, just so that we can see what's sort of happening in this particular page here. So the next step that we want to do is add in some text. Now I actually have put a little bit of text and things in a file. So if I go to my test site, you'll see here that I've actually put some stuff here. So I'll grab that content there. I'll come in here. I'll create a paragraph tag, add in that content, hit save, and now we can see the content starting to take shape inside of this particular thing here. So the next step we want to do is to start to style what's going on inside this particular design here. So the easiest way to do that is to actually put our picture and our text into two separate div tags that we can use then to float that content to the left or float that content to the right. So I'm just going to put a div tag here with an ID called, actually let's do it differently. A div tag here with a class that I'm going to call left. And I'm going to put a div tag here with a class that I'm going to call right. So then in my styles, actually I might also do it in the about styles. I'm going to have a class called left and a class called right. And in the left one I'm going to go float left, and the right one I'm going to go float right. And obviously again we need sizes and all those bits and pieces to do this content. So let's give it an ID. ID equals say picture, and in this one we're going to go ID equals text. So now I've got picture and text. So hashtag picture and hashtag text. So picture, we're going to say go with, let's say 100 pixels, because that was the width we gave before, and a height of 100 pixels. Now we can modify all this later. And the text that we're going to give a width of say 400 pixels and a height. Let's just leave the height off for the time being for that one. So now we can start seeing the positioning. Now note what's happening here. That article container is has been given a height previously in my style. So if we come into the article container now, we want to get rid of this height. And if you remember back to one of the other videos, we also have to put the overflow to hidden. And then I remembered that that was not in the content container, but actually in the article itself. So let's get rid of the article details, and we need to put the overflow to hidden. There we go. Apologies for that. So now we need to start adding in that little bit of extra padding and margins and things here. So if we go back into our other picture, let's say put some padding of 10 pixels. So that now improves this. What we haven't done is defaulted our image or defaulted our text. So let's go back to our defaulters, and we'll just go image and our paragraphs. So making sure that there's no padding or margins and things associated with those. And now in our text, let's add padding, so 10 pixels. So it's just that nice little bit of padding around there. And now what we want to do is start to draw these two back together inside of the design. So let's now make this say, let's style the image size first. So let's come back in here and let's remove these stylings. Come back into our CSS. So you can see obviously that my picture's now back to its large size. Actually, let's come back in here. Let's just work out what size we want that image to be. It's about 300. It's probably a little bit big. Let's make it say 250. Now one should probably design this first rather than doing it the way that I'm doing it here, but I'm just trying to show you an example. So let's say we're happy with that picture size. So what I'll do is I'll do all my design first in here, and I'll go and re-optimize that image to be the correct sizing that I want. So we'll come back in here, let's say change the width here to, let's just go 70%. That's a bit big. 65%. So that's starting to look a little bit more like what we had here. I've left out some quotes, so I'll put those quotes in. We've got those quotes back in. Probably the text is a little bit small, so we can come in here and say that we want the text size, so font size, to be like 1.2 EMs, just a little bit bigger. There we go. So this is a little bit bigger than before, because I think we set our headings to be 2 EMs. So just a little bit bigger here. So now what we want to do is go in and optimize our image inside of Photoshop. So So we double click on that picture. If we've got all of our systems linked correctly, it will actually load it up inside of Photoshop. Now in Photoshop, this image is at its original size. So what we want to do is we want to go File, and we want to go down to Save for Web. And I want to make it a JPEG. I want the quality to, let's just keep it around 80%. That's a very high quality. But then what I want to do is I want to change that image size to 250 by 250, which is what it's done here. Now I'm going to go to Save. Then it's going to ask me to, where do I wish to save it? Now for me, that's desktop, sites, test site. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to create a new folder, which I'm going to call ing. And then I'm going to name this BertPic underscore 250 by 250. So I know it's been optimized to a new size, and I'm just going to go Save. Now I'm just going to close my Photoshop down. No, I don't want to save anything to do with that picture. Now I've got that new 250 by 250 in here. Now what I could also do is create another folder in here, and I might just go Original, for instance, or ORI, and then stick my original image in here, and put that biotext in there as well, just so that I know that they're my original files and these are now my optimized images. So now if I want to apply that optimized image instead, if I go to the About page, rather than loading it from the directory, I'm actually going to be loading it now from the image folder, and it's BertPic. Oh, look, I can do this a bit smarter. I'm going to go Browse, and again, Browse. Now I want it to come from this one, so I can get it to do it automatically for me. You'll notice here it's now relative file addressing using the image folder instead. Then when I press refresh, you'll notice that the picture updated slightly. It was a little bit optimized, but we haven't lost too much granularity. And the advantage now is that that image is now an optimized image as opposed to a large image scaled down, and that's important when we want to keep our file sizes low. So the next step we want to do is we want to restyle this page to make it a bit more aesthetically pleasing for this particular design. So let's go into our My Styles. So the body, let's just take a bit of a memory of what we want to do. So we want to make our body black, so that's fine, and we want to sort of make it more this grey, white aesthetic. So let's start trying to do that. So these pink boxes and all this we want to start changing. So let's start with this sort of this main box element here, which was our header. And let's make it more of that sort of that darker grey. Now we could go and use colour scheme designers and other things to improve this. I'm just going to show you very quickly but you obviously would go through a proper process of modifying all of these colours. So our header's been done. Our wrapper we're going to keep white. So we go through. So our content container. We want to make it that sort of darker grey. What is that? So it's a 333. Then we want to set this, the footer we want to set to that colour as well. So let's fill that colour. So we've now done that. Then we want to set our article container to more of a lighter grey, so let's say that one. Yep. And then we want to set our article itself to, I'm not going to worry about doing the sides at this stage, obviously I would. Let's just quickly do this article itself here. So was what, 6, 6. No, sorry, we wanted it to be white, didn't we? White. Yep. So now we take a bit of a look at the design. We're starting to get there. We've got most of the design, so we want to get rid of this navigation. We want to get rid of all of these colours and turn the text to white. And we want to set this to the same grey as this design here. So our logo, we want to set to 6, 6, which is that colour. Then we want to get rid of our navigational colour scheme. So that's under our nav. So let's just make it the same as the parent. Yep. And our li, we want to make the same as our parent. And we want to set all of this colour here to white. So if we go into the header and we just make all the colour into white. Too good to be true, so we'll have to do it in each of the individual elements. So let's go to the logo and colour white. Because it's link colour, that's why it's not actually colour. So it's actually our link colour, which we set before. Yeah, so here we want to set this to 0, 0, 0. That's our hover colour, so and our home, I don't think we did our home link. We never changed the colour of that one, so I'll just quickly change the colour of that one. Is now going to be FFF. Okay, so now we've got those colours done. Now we've lost that hover, so let's make our hover say with the grayer colour, that'll do. And there we go, so now I've got that hover effect there, which is fine. So if we bring up our design, so we just want to perhaps increase our link sizes slightly, and then that will do us for changing this aesthetic around. So let's just increase the font size slightly and we're done. So we come to our links and I'll just go font size, let's just make it 1.2 again, it's just a little bit bigger, and there we go. So now we've gone and re-established, so let's just view, preview in Chrome. Now obviously we didn't change our homes previously visited, so we need to come in here and on our logo link we can go logo a_visited is going to be preview it again. There we go. So we've got the home. Now remember we didn't modify anything in the home to this stage, so we'll just leave that for now. But we did modify our about content. So now we've added images, we've added content, we're starting to make a more aesthetically pleasing style. The only thing we really need to do now is to change our side colour, which we can very, very quickly do. So we come into our side, and we might want to make our side white as well. So FF, save, come back into our browser, refresh, and there we go. So actually, although we probably would want it to be this grey, but that will do for the time being. So thank you very much.